Okay, so my name is Paul Lomas. I'm chairman of the Lyme Trust in Newcastle, which is a charity that supports people who are homeless and have a mental health problem and or a substance addiction problem. My background is NHS. I spent 22 years in Staffordshire ambulance service and retired early after reaching the rank of Assistant Chief Ambulance Officer. After that, I've done various little bits and pieces, another 10 to 12 years in private healthcare. So the vast majority of all the jobs that I've done are people-facing, interacting with people, helping people who are in trouble, distress, whatever. So I like to think that I've got a little bit of life skills, some compassion and some understanding. It's a charity that's been going for just over 50 years now, and we have a Board of Trustees made up of all sorts of different people from different walks of life. And what we try to do, the aim of the charity, is to help people whose lives have been broken in some way or other, to mend them. And we often say our job is to pick people up and help them mend broken lives. What we try and do is say, well, let's just stop and think how that person came to be here, because it may not be from choice, and it's something that could happen to you and I. And so as far as the trust's concerned, we invite the people in, the suitable people that match the criteria, and then we will support them for however many weeks it takes them, or months, to rebuild their lives. So we'll support them, we have support workers, we'll teach them life skills, we'll help them open bank accounts, and the aim at the end of the day is then to place that person, when they're ready, into a social flat or house somewhere, so social housing. Once we've done that, and last financial year we moved 89 people into social housing, each of those people then we will still support for 3 months, because it's a frightening thing starting off again in a new environment. So the 13 weeks is there for them if they need it. And we do have people now who have gone through that programme come back to us and help at the Trust. So, as I say, in a nutshell, what we'd say is the Lyme Trust is about helping people pick themselves up and mend their broken lives. Okay. First of all, trustees, as far as the Charity Commission are concerned, are there to provide strategic governance. So where the charity is going to go in the next X number of years. We're there really to monitor the activities, to advise the leader of the charity, and to challenge if we're not happy with what's going on. So we call that governance. We're not operational. But I can remember in February 2023, our chief executive at the time left the charity very abruptly. We were starting succession planning, and obviously we hadn't been able to push that through to its final goal, and therefore we had an organisation, a charity with no leader. At that stage, the trustees then had no option but to become operational rather than strategic governance staff. So we went through a period of probably up to 6 months trying to find a suitable replacement for the chief executive. But obviously all the day-to-day operations of the trust had to continue. So what we did was we split the skills up between various trustees, and each of us spent at least 1 day or 2 days in the office acting as the head of the organisation until we found someone. So that's quite unusual. It shouldn't happen, but it was necessary. And that's an example really of how everybody pitched in, joined together and kept the charity going. Okay, well, my background is NHS, 22 years in the NHS, and then about 10 or 12 years in private healthcare. So I know that NHS people have got the ability to care. So people who work for the NHS, in my experience, are brilliant at caring, they are brilliant at communicating, and they're brilliant at supporting people. And if we can get some of those qualities as a trustee, it would be ideal. Okay, so professional expertise is excellent, it's good, and it's very valuable for us to draw on as a board. But personally, again, I think that life experience is absolutely paramount for this particular job. The people that we are helping, supporting, helping them to rebuild their lives, what they need is compassion, support. And we get that by drawing on what people have done in their own personal lives. So whilst you could be an accountant, or you could be a high-flying banker or a surgeon or whatever, it's your lifetime experience that we want. Professional skills, yeah, we can use them, very valuable, but it's the rest that we're really looking for. We're really looking for someone who cares about what they do, because if you've got that caring attitude, you will want to make a difference. And if somebody is prepared to put the time and the effort in and is really genuine about caring for people, that would make an ideal trustee. Never underestimate yourself to anybody, no matter what profession you're in. Again, in my experience, NHS staff always undervalue themselves. The work that they do is absolutely supreme. The recognition they get is often sadly lacking, but they are the people that will have something to contribute to the caring values of the trust. Again, I think people have set ideas about what a trustee must do. What we're looking for is somebody who's got an alternative outlook. So as a board, we meet each month and we discuss things, strategic things, we monitor what's going on, and then we have certain projects or proposals that come forward. So we can use people's experience, we can use their suggestions, their alternative outlooks, because we want someone to challenge. We want someone to say, well, that may be the way the trust has always done it, but have you thought about this? Or can we go down this direction? We want a real boiling pot, really, mixing pot, cooking pot of different ideas, different people joining together. Prospective trustees, we sit down and have a coffee with them, have a chat, talk about them, talk about us, and then we say to them basically, are you still interested? And if so, we will invite you to our next board meeting. So a prospective trustee will come, and we ask them to come to 3 board meetings. And after that 3rd board meeting, if they're still here, we assume that they are interested enough, and then we will actually adopt them as a full trustee, which means they get registered on Companies House as a director and they go on the Charity Commission website. So that's all they have to do. The only thing that stops people being a trustee is if they are a discharged bankrupt. So they must be over 18, can't be a discharged bankrupt for Companies House. But otherwise, all walks of life, very, very welcome.